Scientists identify this progressive muscle loss as sarcopenia, but the real enemy hiding beneath the surface is a biological shift called anabolic resistance. To understand this, think of your body like a logistics delivery system. When you were younger, your internal delivery trucks were fast and efficient, making 20 trips a day to turn the protein you ate into strong, healthy muscle tissue. However, as you pass the age of 60, those same trucks become sluggish. They might only make 12 trips a day, meaning your muscles are literally starving for the building blocks they used to receive so easily. But there is incredible news. A landmark study that followed over 1,800 adults for 4 years revealed something extraordinary. Those who prioritized specific whole food protein sources experienced 47% less muscle decline compared to those on conventional diets. Imagine that. Nearly half of the typical muscle loss associated with aging was simply eliminated through better nutritional choices. The hidden culprit is often a slow leak in your system caused by chronic low-grade inflammation. Like a tiny puncture in a tire, you might not notice it day to day, but over years, it steadily deflates your strength and structural integrity. Today, we are going to seal that leak. We are going to restart those delivery trucks and prove that aging is a manageable biological process, not a downward spiral. Stick around because we are about to dive into the 5 foods that can help you reclaim your independence. Now hold on to your chair because we are starting at the very top of our list with a tiny seed that is arguably the most perfect muscle building food ever studied for the aging body. While the supplement industry tries to sell you expensive powders, the real answer might be sitting quietly in the bulk section of your grocery store. I am talking about hemp seeds. These small pale green hearts are a revolutionary protein source because they solve the exact problem we just discussed, the slowing of your internal delivery trucks. You see, as we cross the age of 60, our stomach acid production can drop by as much as 40%. Think of that acid like the solvent that dissolves tough protein fibers. When you eat a dense piece of chicken or beef, your body has to work incredibly hard to break it down. For many seniors, a large portion of that protein simply passes through without ever reaching the muscles. Hemp seeds are fundamentally different. They contain unique globular proteins called edestin and albumin, which are structurally similar to the proteins found in your own blood plasma. This means they require almost zero digestive effort. They are pre-configured for bioavailability. In fact, when you account for the reduced acid in an aging gut, researchers suggest that hemp seeds can be up to 300 times more efficient than chicken breast at delivering usable amino acids to your system. Beyond the protein, hemp seeds provide a perfect 3-to-1 ratio of omega fatty acids. This is the biological key to sealing that inflammatory leak and allowing your muscles to finally recover and grow. It is not just about eating more protein, it is about eating the protein your body can actually use. But how do we pair this with other everyday foods to ignite that growth? Let us move to our next powerhouse. But even with the most bioavailable protein from our hemp seeds, there is one more secret to turning that nutrition into actual physical strength. You can have all the high-quality fuel in the world, but if the ignition does not fire, the engine stays cold. This brings us to our third powerhouse, Greek yogurt. Now, do not confuse this with regular yogurt. During the straining process, the liquid whey is removed, creating a thick and creamy concentrate that contains nearly double the protein of its conventional counterparts. The real magic here is an amino acid called leucine. In the world of nutritional science, we talk about the leucine threshold. Think of this like the ignition switch in your car. When you were 30 years old, your body only needed about 2 grams of leucine to flip that switch and start the process of building muscle. But as we cross the 65-year mark, that switch becomes much harder to turn. You now need closer to 4 grams of leucine to trigger the exact same muscle-building response. Greek yogurt is perfectly calibrated for this aging reality, providing roughly 3 grams per cup, which is the heavy lifting your body is literally starving for. Researchers at McMaster University conducted a study that followed seniors through a 12-week program and found that those who consumed Greek yogurt after exercise gained significantly more lean muscle and improved their functional strength far more than those who did not. But it goes even deeper than just protein. Greek yogurt is packed with probiotics that strengthen what we call the gut-muscle axis. A healthy microbiome can increase your muscle protein synthesis rates by over 50%. Essentially, your gut and your muscles are in constant communication, and these beneficial bacteria ensure that the signal for growth is loud and clear. If you want to keep your engine running, you must feed the gut that powers it. Building on that gut-muscle connection, we need to talk about the specific fertilizer that keeps your internal garden thriving and your physical strength growing. If Greek yogurt provides the beneficial bacteria, then our fourth powerhouse is what keeps those bacteria alive and working for your muscles. I am talking about the humble lentil. Ancient cultures once called this the food of immortality, and modern science is finally proving why they were right. One single cup of cooked lentils delivers a massive 18 grams of protein. But the real secret is the resistant starch hidden inside. Think of this starch as the high-quality fuel for your microbiome. When your gut bacteria process this fiber, they produce something called short-chain fatty acids. These molecules act like a direct communication line to your muscle cells, telling them to repair and regenerate faster. A fascinating study from the University of Copenhagen found that seniors who consumed lentils regularly saw a 41% reduction in markers for age-related muscle wasting. That is a life-changing shift from a simple pantry staple that costs pennies, but there is another hidden obstacle we must address: the oxygen mask of your muscles. Nearly 30% of seniors suffer from iron deficiency, which means your blood cannot carry enough oxygen to your muscle tissues. Without oxygen, your muscles are essentially running on an empty tank, making it impossible for them to repair after a walk or a workout. Lentils are a vital source of iron and folate, but here is the professional trick to unlock them. By adding a simple squeeze of lemon juice to your lentils, the vitamin C increases your iron absorption by a staggering 67%. This ensures your internal oxygen mask is firmly in place, giving your body the energy it needs to rebuild. Now that we have fixed the gut and the oxygen supply, what about the cellular stiffness that stops nutrients from getting in? Let us move to the next essential food. But wait, even if your blood is overflowing with oxygen and your gut is a thriving garden, there is one invisible barrier that could still be holding you back: cellular rigidity. Think of your muscle cells as a house where the doors and windows have become rusted shut. You can have all the high-quality groceries in the world delivered to the porch, but if the doors will not open, the family inside will starve. This is exactly what happens as we age. But our fifth powerhouse foods are designed to oil those hinges and let the nutrition in. First, we have to debunk a massive myth that has been hurting seniors for decades. For years, mainstream health advice told you to eat only the egg whites and throw away the yolk to avoid cholesterol. That was a huge mistake for your muscles. The yolk contains a critical compound called phosphatidylcholine. This incredible nutrient acts like a biological lubricant, preventing your cell membranes from becoming stiff and rigid as you age. When your membranes are fluid, nutrients enter easily and waste products exit rapidly, keeping the muscle cell young and responsive. Furthermore, those yolks are one of the few natural sources of vitamin D, which is the master key for what we call muscle fiber recruitment. Have you ever tried to lift something and felt like your muscles just would not fire? That is often a failure of recruitment. Vitamin D ensures the signal from your brain actually reaches the muscle fibers, telling them to contract with power. But we do not stop at eggs. When you pair them with sardines, you create a total cellular transformation. Sardines provide a massive dose of omega-3 fatty acids that have been shown to boost muscle protein synthesis by 35%. They act like an elite strike team, attacking the chronic inflammation that interferes with your muscle building signals. By consuming these nutrient-dense powerhouses together, you are not just eating, you are performing a mechanical upgrade on your body at a cellular level. You are breaking through the stiffness, silencing the inflammation, and finally restarting your natural growth pathways. Now, how do we put all of this together into a simple daily routine that guarantees results? Let us look at the final step for your independence. Now that we have oiled the hinges and fixed the internal engine, we need to talk about building the structural frame that holds everything together. This is where we move from just eating healthy to mastering nutritional synergy. You see, eating these powerhouse foods in isolation is a great start, but when you pair them correctly, the results become truly transformative. This is the secret to moving from weakness back to total independence. Take those hemp seeds we discussed earlier. When you pair them with a simple source of vitamin C, like a few slices of kiwi or a squeeze of fresh orange juice, you are doing something remarkable for your biology. You are triggering collagen synthesis. Think of collagen as the biological scaffolding or the wooden frame of a house. Without that sturdy frame, your new muscle fibers have nowhere to attach and nowhere to grow. Your muscle simply will not stand. This synergy is the difference between just getting by and actually rebuilding the strength you thought was gone forever. I want you to remember that this is not just about data or chemistry. It is about real life. I think about Margaret, a retired teacher who went from being unable to open simple jars to carrying her own heavy groceries up 2 flights of stairs without stopping. I think about Thomas, who regained enough leg strength to feel confident driving his car at night again. They did not use expensive pharmaceutical interventions. They used the intelligence of whole foods. The research from world-class institutions like the University of Toronto and McMaster University proves that your body is still capable of incredible things even in your 80s. You have worked your entire career to earn these years, and you deserve to live them with a body that supports you. You deserve to play with your grandchildren on the floor and be able to get back up with ease. You deserve to walk, travel, and move with confidence. So, here's your 30-day challenge. Just start with one thing. Add 3 tablespoons of hemp seeds to your breakfast tomorrow morning. Give your body 1 month to shift its internal chemistry and start those delivery trucks moving again. I genuinely want to hear about your journey as you take this first step. How old are you right now? And what is the one activity you are looking forward to doing again once you feel that strength returning? Please leave a comment below. I read every single one because your stories remind this entire community that they are not alone and that it is never too late to reclaim your life. Your independence is waiting for you, and it starts with your very next meal. I will see you in the next video.